Hey, how's it going everyone? Gigas Thickest here. And maybe you already know, maybe you don't, but Season 4 Tekken 7 will officially be a thing. This has been announced a couple of days ago on the Bandai stream, and they promised us better online experience, which is very interesting. Fun fact, 50% of the Tekken player base played on Wi-Fi or is playing on Wi-Fi, that shit's crazy. But the other detail they promised us is that everyone will get new moves. And I don't know if it is like everyone will get more than one, because you know some characters on season 3 just got one new move if I'm not mistaken, but everyone will get new moves, and that really made me super hyped. And yeah, in today's video I'll just talk about a wish list I created with two other Gigas mains on stream a couple of streams ago. So before I begin, huge shoutouts to Talon and huge shoutouts to Type. Those two are very experienced with Gigas, and with those two players I tried to compile a wish list. Type started the wish list, so again, very big shoutouts to Type. Talon and I, with Type, try to like balance it a little bit. So not everything is broken. In my opinion, nothing is broken that I will mention now. It actually will make Gigas very competitive and not brain dead, if that makes sense. It won't make Gigas like fuck them up, in my opinion. But before we begin, this is not something I do typically, but this is for a different cause, because this is pretty cool and important, and maybe it will reach out to Harada or a different Gigas main that is a very advanced professional player that Harada will listen to. Please share this video as much as possible so it will reach out in different branches, so we can, as a Gigas community, let Murray, Harada know this or those ideas we compiled here. If one of the mentioned ideas makes it in the real installment, we will be very happy. So again, please share as much as possible, and that will be so much appreciated for the Gigas community, and it will make everyone happy. You know, it's a win-win. So thank you, and let's jump into this video. Alright, so the first change I would love to see on Gigas, that is about its rage drive. So in my opinion, the shockwave should hit earlier, and what I mean with that is, if you activate your rage drive, it takes a couple of frames to actually initiate the quake. So what I mean with this is, you can see that I recorded Gigas doing the rage drive here, and watch how late the shockwave actually staggers Gigas. I can almost preemptively jab him out of the rage drive, like this. And this happens quite often, that someone is doing a while running attack and they will just stuff out your rage drive attempt, just like this, you see? So that is one of the things I would like to change on Gigas, because the rage drive is already considered one of, you know, it's strong, it can do a lot, but it is very easy to counter, especially because you have to hit them on the ground. People can hop kick out of it, some people have floating moves, so that's why please make the shockwave earlier on activation on your rage drive. That is number one. Right, the second change will be on his standing 3. So this is already a pretty okay move because it has some range, it's mid, but it only gives you +2 on hit, which is kind of, yeah, you know, I mean, it's like a 14 frame hit, or 15, but +2 on this is kind of lackluster. The biggest con on this move is that it's -9 on block, so I totally lose my turn if I do this on block. This gives me no reason at all to use this in a neutral at all, to be very honest. So my wish will be that this on hit will be +4 or +5 on hit. You know, +4 is also very good, not even +5. +4 is already very good, and at least make this -6 on block. -6 or -5. You can choose from there. I would say -6 is good with +4. That is the only thing we're asking now. The third change I would like to see is on his 4-2-1 string. That is this string. For some reason, this does not jill on hit. So if I get hit by the first one, I can block the second one, which in my opinion is beyond stupid. This is just, there's almost no reason to use this move in my opinion, because it doesn't even jill on regular hit. Same goes for on block, you can just duck the second hit. So the first wish on this string is, please let this jill on hit, just like this. So if if you get the hit, everything will jail. Now you can just duck the second hit and even punish him for it, which is just funny in my opinion. This also is one of the changes that might be cool, but it is not, in my opinion, needed. That you cannot duck the second string or the second hit of this string on block. It's kind of similar like Anna, her down forward 1-1 or down forward 1-2. I'm not sure what it is. That you cannot duck the second high hit of that string. So again, that is cool. That will be cool, but I would just most definitely want to see this jail on hit like that. That would be very cool because the move is 16 frames slow on startup, the first part. So why not, right? Why would this not jail? So that is also one of the changes I would like to see. One of the other changes I would like to see is on his forward 2-1-1 string. And by the way, if I say I would like to see it, this is not just me again. I checked this out with different Gigas players that also would love to see this change. So on forward 2-1-1, this string is -12 on block. Alright, so that is decent, but this does nothing on counter hit, which is kind of funny in my opinion. As you can see, it just gives the same hit as if you hit it on normal hit. So let me show you what I mean with this. This is regular hit, and on normal hit, it will do this. It's literally the same. And for me, it is kind of a waste because the move looks cool, right? That is number one. But two, you can also give him different properties on the last hit. So maybe you can give him like, and this is what is here on this wish list, and I agree, that is pretty cool. Make this move at least launch on counter hit. That is one thing. And maybe the same hit as down 2 on hit. So imagine if this hits on counter hit, right, you will get something like this on hit. Wow, that mirror. But this on counter hit, you know, because it also trades with a 10 frame move, as you can see here. It trades with 10 frame moves like that. So if you will hit that, you will trade and get a launch. But of course, if that will be a thing, this move is kind of stupid if it would be -12 on block. So you can change that around to like -14 and force crouch. So they are forced to do a while standing punish, because it looks like a move that will force crouch. I mean, look at that big hook, right? So that's why that is also one of the changes. Give this a counter hit property on hit or counter hit that it will launch or maybe even knock down if launch is too strong. I don't think so. And make this move -14 on block, forces crouch. Alright, so the next one is pretty interesting in my opinion. Because this move really needs some attention. This string, and we're talking about down 4-2-1. It is hit confirmable, and this is something we discussed on stream as well, because I have two ideas here. Give this guy a different hit animation on counter hit, because if I hit him normally, you'll see this. If I hit him with a counter hit, you'll see literally the same. So you have no visual cue that it hits as a counter hit. The only cue you can use is someone making a sound if they do a move. Like Hayachi, you know, if he does a move, you mostly will hear Hayachi. So now you know, okay, he did something. But that is not always the case, right? That is not always the case. So for us as the Gigas players here, it is pretty hard to hit confirm this with ease. So one of the ideas will be, again, give him a different hit animation if this hits on counter hit. So maybe like a hit spark. So now I know, oh, it hit it as a counter hit. I can go for the follow-up without risking overcommitting. But the second option here, and this is what Talon said, so shoutouts to Talon, make this move or this string -14 on block. Okay, so hold up, you know, before you'll get triggered, because now it's -13. Make this -14. But the second hit would cause a screw on counter hit. So now it just gives you a knockdown on counter hit. Imagine getting like this on counter hit with down 4-2-1. So one more time, if you hit this as a counter hit, it won't give you this knockdown, but it will give you this. So you can combo off it. and also wall splats if you're against the wall. So you can do like, you know, your typical combos like this, but from your down for 2-1 in trade of making it -14 on block. So that for me sounds also very interesting. But if it's too strong, maybe some people will think it's too strong. I sincerely do not think this is too strong. You can go for what I mentioned, go for a different hit animation on counter hit. The next change will be on his down 3, and this is just very self-explanatory. This is -1 on hit, and we thought about, you know, maybe it's better to give this +1 on hit, because now if I hit this, I lose if they press a jab. As you can see here, I put it on Mimic, and the enemy Gigas wins, but I hit it a low. And this low is 16 frames quick, so yes, it's quick, so it is unseeable. You know, it is unseeable, but it has range as well, but, you know, -1 on hit, so maybe I will lose to down jab. So that's why +1 will secure that scramble, that if they press jab, that I will win that war. And if that happens, I can go for like this, and into 2-1 into stance. You know, that will make myself stronger here. If I do the same now, I will lose. So make it at least +1, or maybe neutral on hit, but I think +1 is doable for a low poke for Gigas. Alright, this move we already know. This move sucks for how it is right now. This is way too slow. This is down 1+2, by the way. So the only change here, easy change, make it quicker. Because now I think it's like 30 frames quick, excuse me, quick. It's 30 frames slow, so at least make it like 25, 23. You know, shave some of those frames off this move, because this is just way too sluggish. The fact that someone can just do, let me try that. The fact that someone can do this move, and as the enemy you can just jab and still block, is just the joke. It's just a joke. So let me try to reconstruct that for you right now. Like this. This is just, that is a joke. And I didn't even really try to time it. I just saw it. Oh, yeah, I'm still safe. You see, that is not how it's supposed to go. That is not how it's supposed to go. So at least make this move quicker, so this won't happen. Because the move, property-wise, is very strong. It is a wall bounce, it's power crush, it's mid, and -13, and it also advances forward. So it has, you know, it has everything that it needs, but the speed is just, it's not worth it to use this move. Especially if you have this, down 3+4, in my opinion. So make this move quicker. Alright, and on the next move, that will be about, and this is one of the most important one, his down back 2. So we have a couple of changes here. And my take on this move is most definitely at least buff this move, so it will always be +4 on hit. At some tip ranges it is +4, but down for 3 can miss if you hit a tip range. Make this move hit like consistent +4 on hit. Put it on -13 on block. At least -13. I just feel raw when I do this against the Jin and he can launch me. I feel raw when I do this once and the Master Raven can launch me. The counter hit properties are very nice, right? But it is such a high risk at certain matchups to do this. For +3. You know, +4 is amazing to jail down for 3. So this won't trade with a jab as an example. This also on +4 would be amazing for down for 4 as a frame trap, right? Or, this is also a different change. Shoutouts to Talon, because that is his take on down back 2. You know, keep the -14 on block, but change the frame advantage on hit to +5 full crouch on hit. So +5 on hit, and it forces crouch on hit. So that is interesting, you know, that also makes the move very threatening, right? -14, sure, you will get launched by the same matchups, but +5 and it forces crouch would be very, very strong for Gigas. So you can choose from there. My take on it, you know, a safer, more compact move, as in it's -13 and +4, or go for the harder hitting, but it still remains -14 on block, but +5 and forces crouch on hit. So you can go from there. Alright, and this one is very interesting. Again, huge shout outs to Type and Talon for this one. This really opened my mind, and I think if this will make it, I'm already sure it's not gonna make it, but it's fine. We can dream, right? We're talking about down back 3. This move on its own is kind of shitty because it's -4 on hit. It's pretty slow. It high crushes, which is cool, and it also has an extension, which is a high though. It's safe, but it's a high. And you have no real mix-up on this, because if you do like this, you're not plus on hit, so if they do something else, you will lose, right? Even if you go for a while standing 1, because it's -4 on hit, this while standing 1 will be 15 frames. So you don't have a frame trap after this. So here's our take on down back 3. Again, big shout outs to Type, big shout outs to Talon. I love this idea. So hear me out. The first one is change -4 to 0 on hit. That already makes this move amazing in my opinion. Alright, it's better than -4. Change the frame advantage on block to from -20 to -17 or 15. Okay, I think that is what Type said. I respect that, but if that doesn't happen, I also respect that. Alright, so alright. 0 on hit, already cool. Make it a little bit safer on block, like -15, -17. Also very nice. Alright, the last part though on the wish list here is we try to add a mix-up, because now you only have the high. Oh, excuse me. Now you only have the high, right? You have no reason to you know, not duck, right? The only thing you have to do is crouch here. So we try to create a mind game with, if you have down back 3 too, you might as well give Gigas a down back 3 into a charge forward 4. So if you're not familiar with the charge forward 4, he has a while standing 2 into a charge 4, right? Imagine the last part on that move, but then with a down back 3. So let me try and reconstruct this pseudoly. So like this into like this, and that will be a real string. When this has been set by Talon or Type, or we as a whole set this, I really thought about, dude, if this will be a thing, like this into one more try, this into this, and that will be a real string, that immediately would make this string so much better. So much better. And in my opinion, it's still not broken, because you can duck this on reaction, and if they try to charge it, you can still interrupt it. So it's a mix-up, and of course you can just choose to do this without charging, but that's like -13, right? If you do this like this, it's -13 on block. So that's why this is very interesting. So again, I hope this will be a thing, but I already know it won't, but I just sincerely hope so. Alright, the next one will be about his golem, his stance. This stance is, I guess, the worst in the whole damn game, because you have 2 mids. That is a fact. I mean, maybe there's one even worse, but this is -13, it's a mid, it launches, which is cool. This is 0 on block, it's also a mid. So you have no big reason to duck against Gigas if he does this. The only thing you can do is maybe like down back 3, but that's -4 on hit, a low poke with down 4, which is -2 on hit, and down back 4, which is -3 or 2 or even -4, something like that. It's minus on hit. It's a pattern here. So we thought about, okay, so you have a mid, you have a safe mid, you have a mid launcher, which is -13. Maybe you can give Gigas a knockdown low. So kind of similar to full crouch 2, like this, full crouch down for 2. So imagine doing like this into like a full crouch down for 2 there. Let me try and pseudily reconstruct this. Like this, but that will be a real option, right? Now I just cancel out of it, and it took way too long. People can interrupt me. Imagine if you hit 4-2 down 1 on hit, right? And now you can choose for the launcher, because you're at +6, or that full crouch low, or that stance low, then that gives you a knockdown, like this. And this is a question for you guys. Will it be too strong if that knockdown low would be the same as full crouch that you can combo off of it? In my opinion, that would be very strong and I would respect it. But if you guys think that's too strong, sure. Then we can change this to you'll get a free excavator only, right? So this and then into that. You choose. I think if it launched, that would be very nice. Because then this stance is actually a threat. Now it's not a threat at all. If that was a thing, if that will be a thing, you know, this into a combo starter, a low knockdown combo starter, that would be amazing. That will actually give you a reason to fear this stance on hit. You know, if Gigas hits you with like 4-2 down 1 on hit, so like this, you really have to shit your pants now if you see Gigas hitting that and entering the stance. Now if he hits you with this, it's a joke, because you have a grab that is your high option, and you can break that very easily because he doesn't have a different grab, and you have 2 mids. Like, yeah. So I hope that will be a thing as well. Okay, the next move will be back 3. This is pretty interesting. It's not very major, but it would be very cool that if back 3 gave you the same hit animation as down back 1+2. So down back 1+2 allows you for a 4-4-2 on hit, which is nice. And back 3, you can actually tack, a roll tack that. So let me try and show you what I mean with that. If they do this, you will get nothing guaranteed. And this, it already is a very nice move. It's kind of an underused move for me as well. I never use this move, almost never. But it will give me a very good reason if this gave me the same as this for this. So that's a quick, you know, a small change that, well, I would highly appreciate though. Because now, you know, if they don't do something, sure, you can go for this. But this on hit is just way more consistent. Alright, this is one change as well that is very welcoming. You know, it's not major, but it also will give me a reason to use this move. His back 4. This move, you know, this is +1, imagine. It doesn't even look like +1. So the change here will be, I'm not sure how unsafe it is on block. I think it's -9, I'm not sure. But anyways, I would like to see if this is -8 on block. And on hit, it will change from +1 to at least +5 or +4 and forces crouch on hit. Because this looks like, you know, it would do a little bit more damage. Plus frame wise, but it's only +1. So give this move like +5 on hit or +6. Now +5 is fair enough, and it forces crouch on hit, and that's pretty much it on back 4. Then also I will have a reason to use this because the move is cool. You know, the move is cool looking, but +1. You know, if I do this into like a down forward 2, people can stuff me with a down forward 1. That sucks. If I do down forward 3, people can jab me out of it, which is unfortunate. So that's why this on +6 force crouch would be very nice. On the next move, that will be 4-4-3. I mean, this is very obvious what I want to see here. Just give this move a little bit more range. That's the only thing you need to do. That's the only thing you need to do. This range sucks. I think this is out of range. Yeah, it is out of range. So give this move a bit more built-in range. Then you will see me use this move more often, because the counter hit properties is nice. The plus on hit is also very nice. Counter hit, it launches even, but it's just so short on range, and I don't see the reason to use this if I have this. It doesn't launch on counter hit, sure, but it's just it's fast. It covers like mid-screen, so almost mid-screen. Like, I think this is the sweet spot. Yeah, this is easily the sweet spot. So that's why this move I don't see a reason to use. Buff the range on this and we will be happy, right? I will be happy, you'll be happy, everyone will be happy. Okay, now we're going back into some interesting changes, and one of these will be sidestep 2. So this move is already pretty good in my opinion because it's safe. It launches, it's crew launcher of course. It's a high, so you can duck it. But maybe we can change this to a power crush. It kind of looks like a power crush move. Look at this shit. He's like a whole body through. Like, that would be very cool as a power crush. but also competitively wise. Because for me, it will be way better if you can just power crush through like jabs, or if someone did a far-reaching move to, you know, maybe close the gap, that I can just do this, absorb the move, and retaliate back with the sidestep too. But again, this might be a bit too crazy. If it is, just let me know in the comment section below. But I would like to see that, and if it's too OP, you know, just remove it. So no problem. But I would like to see it. Alright, now we're talking about a different move here, which will be Fort for 2. So this move already is, in my opinion, one of the best moves Gigas can use. It's obviously one of his key moves, but if the opponent... So if you float someone out of this, you will only get that. And to my understanding, this is one of the wishes a lot of Gigas mains would love to see, if this airborne screwed. So let me try. How am I even going to do that? So kind of similar to this, you know, but then if they jumped, you will screw them. Or maybe I can do it like this. Hold on, like that, and then you can combo off it. Because now if 442 hits airborne, it only gives you like a float. But imagine if 442 on counter hit would do like this, and then you can combo off it. I don't know the airborne combo, but you know what I mean. So that's one thing I I respect that option as well, that opinion. You know, now I see what they mean. That would be very nice if this airborne screwed. That would be awesome. One of the last changes for Gigas on this wish list, and also in my opinion, is on his down back 4. So this has some counter hit properties, and that will be, if this hits on counter hit, it will be +3 instead of minus on hit, which is nice. The only thing for me, it's not a reason to really use this move, if that makes sense. Because the properties are nice. It's very quick, it's like 14 frames. It high crushes on the 5th frame, which is beautiful. But on hit is just kind of like luster. You can go for while standing options here, you know, to jail them if they press a button here, but it's kind of cool, especially if you do it like this. It's a while standing 4 and they press something. Nice. The only thing though is if I do that, I risk myself to frame trap them with something which is -12 or even -14 if I overextend with the whole while standing 4-2 string. So what Type said, and Talon as well, is that this on counter hit should give you a knockdown for free down 2. Kind of similar to this, right? But instead of this move, you can go for this on counter hit, and it will give you the same kind of splat, so you can go for free down 2. And yeah, I would appreciate that, because then you really have a reason to use this move. Now it's just, okay, I used it, oh, it is a counter hit, cool, I'm +3, and that's it. Alright, there are 2 remaining changes that I would love to see on Gigas, and one of them is on his upward 1. So his upward 1 is pretty nice, because it's always a knockdown on normal hit for free down 2. It also forces crouch on block, which is also nice, but I think it's like -8 or 7. I'm not sure about that, but it's also decent on block. You know, that's not even a problem in my opinion. But the fact that it does nothing on counter hit is just beyond me. I didn't know why this does nothing on counter hit. So I thought, you know, one of the 2 options. If you hit this on counter hit, that you will get a free table flip, right? That will be already good, because that is not even guaranteed on counter, which is beyond me. It still is beyond me. But also for the extreme, you can give Gigas, if he hits this, like a launch. Maybe just a screw only launch, so not that you start with 4-2-1-1 down for down back 3-2. Maybe just if you hit this on counter hit, you can go straight into this for a launch. Also, one of the changes, but it's not mentioned here, but this is one of the changes I would like to see, is on his back 1+2. This also does nothing on counter hit, and I absolutely do not understand why. It's slow. It is plus on block and also forces crouch on block, but like Negan also has like he has like a plus on block mid, and on counter hit it launches. So for me, I would like to see if this gave or a knockdown for a free back 1, you know, so kind of similar to this for Freeback 1. Or again, this might be too extreme, a launch. Nah, I think that's too extreme. So that's why I said counter hit maybe for if this hits on counter hit, you will get a knockdown. Same goes for down forward 4-1+2 on counter hit, because this hits a lot on counter hit. If they try to interrupt with a down forward 1, yes, I'm +5 now. Yes, it forces crouch as well on hit, but that's pretty much it, right? It is good for frame trapping, don't get me wrong, but would you guys rather have +5 on counter hit because he overcommitted, or would you guys rather have a knockdown because they overcommitted? And that knockdown idea doesn't sound too strong in my opinion. So let me know what you think about that. Alright, and for the last change, you can already see who is player 1, and I just don't understand why this still is a thing. I get it, yeah, he has a unique parry, Geese also has a unique parry, Leroy is just Leroy. But at least give Gigas like a unique punch that is truly unreversible. And you already know what I mean. This is just stupid. I don't get it why. First of all, it's a high, so you're already taking a risk that you will get ducked or crouched. Second of all, why is it allowed to parry this high that some players cannot punch parry, but if you have a unique parry, you can do it? Okay, to be honest, I might be a bit salty on this topic. This is a touchy topic because Jin is arguably your worst matchup. And not even for this reason, he just suppresses Gigas' offense and defensive options, in my opinion. This might not be your opinion, but if Gigas is known for this move that is truly unreversible against like 80% of the cast, 95% of the cast, why is it still allowed to punch parry or parry this as a Jin player? Why is it allowed to high parry this as Geese? I don't understand. So this, I think this is one of the most important changes I would love to see. I already know this is not gonna happen because some people find this too strong. But again, Gigas is like the worst character of the game. At least give him a very strong, unique, unreversible, unparryable, unblockable, which will be his back 2 into the unblockable. Because now it is just a layer of mind games if I play against the Jin. Like, okay, he can just duck this, he can parry this, he can do a lot. If I delay it, he can still parry this on reaction. So that's... I'm starting to rambling, I'm starting to sound salty, but that is one of the things I would also love to see as a change in Season 4. Alright, so I hope you liked the video. I hope you have different options or different ideas as well. Please go all apeshit in the comment section and share your opinion about this wish list we have created together. Share your opinion about maybe your ideas. And again, I would love to say this again because it's pretty important. Try to share this as much as possible so we can reach different Gigas players for different opinions, maybe different ideas. And, you know, let's just stay strong as a Gigas community and hope that one of the mentioned options or ideas will be a real thing. If that will be the thing, you know, one of the options we mentioned now in this video will be a thing, I'll be very happy already. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I highly appreciate it that you took your time to watch the wishlist we created. I tried my best to cover it as much as I can, and I'll see you in the next video. And yeah, this might be a bit different, but I have a very shitty setup because I'm not at home for like a couple of weeks. Maybe you already noticed a different background. I have no mic, so that's why creating videos on this MacBook is kind of hard. Maybe you've seen the video before. It just crashed exporting my video, so it might be a bit slower on content on you know, the 2 weeks for now. But I'll try my best to do my best to fix the issues here. So my apologies for that, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Stay safe, and that'll be it. Peace.